Mike Harris is somebody that came up through the curling ranks, great player, very underrated for a long time. And I think he still doesn't get the respect he's due.
Mike Harris. Mike is, I've known Mike for a long time. We obviously curled against each other many times.
Never heard of Mike Harris. Who is he?
Mike's been incredible for the sport. Mike obviously has quite a repertoire when it comes to curling. He's been around for a long time, and it's really great to see him back on the scene when it comes to the Grand Slam of curling.
My background in curling was very limited due to the fact my job as a golf pro took me away for most weekends. So I think this season, once I knew I was going over to Switzerland, I was kind of making a bit more of a concerted effort to get to the events, to get to see the teams and know the teams a bit more.
He's got a great way of dealing with people, great air about him, and people really respond to him.
He's probably my favorite broadcaster of all of them out there. It's, you know, the levity he brings to the booth.
He just calls a spade, and I think a lot of people appreciate that.
You know, he speaks his mind in the booth. You know, I think the term brutal was coined, a Mike Harris coined phrase early in his days. He's kind of toned that down a little bit.
I think that Mike has always had a great angle where a lot of people aren't willing to always have that angle on TV.
That's something as broadcasters you got to be able to criticize the players. But at the same time, you have to be wary that you're not hurting anybody's feelings as well, because it's a small community. You know, you're not talking about professional athletes that he's broadcasting. He's broadcasting his peers and his friends out there, and you know, he doesn't want to, you know, upset anybody at the same time too. So he's always balancing, he's always walking a bit of a balance there on broadcast.
And he's got a little bit of that Johnny Miller in him in terms of, you know, if you're going to compare to a golf commentator. He's not afraid to say stuff that perhaps other commentators won't say, and that. But again, he says it in a way that isn't too abrupt to offend people. You know, even those who don't like what he's saying are going to think about it.
And of course, now he's started this development center in Champery, Switzerland, and you know, this is the area that a lot of people don't know about Mike, but he's got a lot of interest in the coaching and development side of the sport.
I mean, I know enough about the guys that are here at the Slams, but the teams that are up and coming, trying to get a little bit more in touch with that, I think is important for me at this stage, and I'm excited to actually be able to do that and spend some time at the curling rinks and meeting teams and you know, letting people know that I'm around, and that's something I've never really had a chance to do before. You know, 25 years in the golf business, I've worked every weekend. If there wasn't snow on the ground, I was working. So this is it's a nice change for me.